We got ourselves Nate's gonna be first up over for the team one. Got ourselves his trusty demon. Billy gonna be first up versus Nate's gonna hit with a slow immediately. It's gonna back up on team one. We got ourselves Eric. We got ourselves Emotes. We got ourselves Mock Dev. The boys just hanging out together. We got Gloosh kind of off to the side, just being a loner, as most rogues are. We got Lights Out in the back, chilling. Tasker ready to go. Too fast. Just kind of just chilling. Later down the line, he's just kind of saving up all that speed, just trying to chill, try to calm, keep it low gear until he's getting to duel. Immediate interrupt on the Billy. I'm not really sure which got interrupted, but it wasn't interrupted. I think on I-beam gonna be full tired up for Naze. It's gonna get interrupted by Billy. Billy is getting decimated by the turret. The defense are surrounding him and do clobber him down. Double Felger do absolutely just slice him in two. Oh my goodness. Lights Out gonna be next up. Got himself the Resonator versus Naze. Is he gonna go for the Vendetta? Big Vendetta. Naze trying to see if he can get away. Got himself a stun to Lights Out with more pets. Gonna be Cloak and Evasion. Naze could be in big trouble at no help whatsoever, but the dots are finally off of him. Is gonna try to see if he can drain life of Lights Out, trying to get himself some recovery. Lights Out no longer has any dots on the boy. Mortical is going to give him some survivability. Lights Out does not have any ways to deal with him anymore. He got no ways to break the CC. Could potentially vanish. Has himself a blind. It's going to pick up the eyes by accident. I think that may deny him a proper vanish. He's trying to see if he can mark for that to Naze, but that's a quick fear to catch him for a moment with a stun. But it's going to be a stun right back by the pet. That's going to be all these pets amplified in damage. Absolutely just decimating him. Lights Out with a smart girl, trying to see if he can find cover, but Naze got him in his sights with a quick stun, as Lights Out may need to go for a vanish. He's just absolutely getting decimated, but the pets definitely needs to vanish. At least there's no dots to chase him, because Naze, he has played Night Fame. Maybe he could have went for the Soul Rod. But most Warlocks, at least Demonology, don't have any kind of dot damage. I mean, I guess there's Doom, but like, do you really count as a dot? I mean, I guess it checks once. It's just a weird ability. But nothing that gives you consistent tick dots in order to get the rogues out of stealth. Quick axe toss, Lights Out trying to get a setup for Naze is going to blind him out. That Wrathguard is the only thing that's keeping Lights Out in combat. And Lights Out, unless he can get away from Wrathguard, he may be in a bit of trouble. Naze boarding right next to him. Mortical sending fear into pets, devouring him with a couple shadow balls to follow. Lights Out got himself a quick pick up, but the pets I think are going to have a couple of big bites on him. The Demon Doggers are not letting up the chase, so that's going to be Wrathguard rocking out the G Death. Next auto attack is just going to be the end of him. Lights Out at no health. Quick axe toss with a Wraith Blade Storm. Blade Storm? Wrath Storm? From the Wrathguard. Taking him out. Felt Storm, I think it is, right? Maybe? Potentially. Naze gonna hit with a second CC. Caswell getting set up. And Scribes just focusing down that pet. He's just trying to make sure that Wrathguard dies. And as soon as he can deny the Wrathguard for Naze, that stuns, that's damage, that's the Mortal Shack effect that's going to be gone completely. Naze attempted to summon himself a fresh new pet, but Cryspet could potentially interrupt it. Doesn't have a proper interrupt, does not play the Fellhound pet in order to get proper kicks. Naze has himself a freebie because he can just summon the secondary Fellhound to land a proper kick. Gonna be Cryspet hit with a Mortal Coil. Crack control for a little bit without fear. Does himself the Dark Pack ready to go. Naze is building up some resources. But that's going to be a full obelisk ready for him. That's the fast casting. Going to be Cryspet swapping up pets to make sure he has that CC interrupt. And Naze looking to see if he can reconnect, just back up to the pillar, setting out more pets at Cryspet. That's going to be a fresh new Wrathguard ready to go. Naze is trying to make sure he's separated himself away from Cryspet, using the pet to drain life over with Cryspet, trying to see if he can pressure him around the corner with a Cataclysm, trying not to go anywhere, trying not to break the fell bonds. Because that's going to be quite a bit of shadow damage. Mortical sent in by the Destro. Axe toss by the Demo. Banished onto the Wrathguard. Naze at no health whatsoever. Could potentially maybe somehow recover. I don't know if he's got any kind of healing to follow. Maybe could have backed up. But at least he actually did get locked out. He had wall. He had a Tyrant coming up. So maybe could have used that later. Going to be Gloosh up next with Cryspet. Cryspet is definitely going to have to swap on his pet. He definitely needs a second CC, as that Fellguard is Fellhound is not going to be able to do much. Big old Resonator exploding. Cryspet does have to burn the wall for this one. Try to use Drain Life in order to get some damage versus Gloosh. Gloosh is going to focus down on a pet in order to try to build some calm points and maybe get some damage off it. Cryspet is in a bit of a bad trouble right now. Mortical coming back up very soon, but I guess this Rogue man is going to have a snap second decision versus every single go. Mortal to cover that stun, which is perfect, breaking apart some of the CC of the rogue. He's not denying any kind of damage though. It's gonna shout us up to Kreisman, trying to see if he can stay on him. Quick port by Kreisman, trying to see if he can get out of there, and the flash cap should be able to let him recover. Glitch is trying to see if he can back away from the pet, trying to see if he can break combat into stealth, and Kreisman is gonna get himself a succubus. If Glitch isn't careful, that succubus should be able to control rogue's opener, which should be able to deny the rogue any kind of go. Succubus does not go to stealth. Cheap shot out of Glitch is going to be kidney shot. Line of sight from Succubus may not be able to break Glitch out. Looks like it is going to be able to connect. Trinket out of Glitch. He sees Kreisman trying to see if he can waddle out of there. Going to be Dark Pack, but Kreisman trying to get himself some damage. Just a few seconds left until the Mortal is available. Burning off the Warlock house and trying to use that for survivability. Cloaker shot is by the rogue, so it looks like the rogue may not have much to work with here. If Kreisman can set up some big bursts, the rogue does not have the big defensive that will let him survive Kreisman whatsoever. If you got any CC to follow, that'll be fantastic. Cataclysm onto Glitch, does not have a cloak, has advantage. It's going to break the bonds of Fell. Trinket by Kreisman with a Mortal, with a fear right after. Does he have the big go? If Kreisman himself with a double cancel, he may have himself a perfect setup. Looks like he's got himself Incinerators to do a ton of damage. Oh my god! Glitch having to dog behind the pillar as Kreisman was absolutely decimating him. Rain of fire around the corner that's going to get Glitch out. Oh my god, he just walked at him and just checked out a chaos bolt in his face. Oh my god. Oh, just absolutely, just casually waddled at him and just, yeah. My goodness, we're so used to Glitch absolutely dismantling some of the regular competitors of the 5v5 1v1 Duels. But I don't think anyone expected for Kreisman to just muscle him like that. Literally walked at him, sneezed a big old globby snowball at him, because Chaosbolt really does look like snowball, let's be honest. Just sneezed him out of there. Apparently Kreisman has been playing the board build this whole time. That's your PvP challenge. Drop it down Inferno. Looks like Inferno does not stop Araktarn. Their name is going to be hard to tell. Hard to say out loud. I'm so sorry. Arak. I think it's going to work out. Oh man. Araktarn. Wait, Araktarn. Again, why am I having such a hard time saying it? Like, it's in Russian, it's Cyrillic, but even that just doesn't roll off the tongue. Gonna be a quick decimating bolt around the corner. Araktarn with a Mortal, can't really break it right now. It looks like he's gonna try to see if he can bust out of that as soon as he can with a quick enraged regeneration, trying to recover whatever health he can. Gonna be a Bonza Fell for the Warlock with a flank, but Araktarn couldn't quite stop it. With a Succubus hanging out on the side, Araktarn with not a lot of health. Looks like he wants to waddle the Succubus, maybe get some health from it. Shot of Fear around the corner, can't really do much with the Fear. Basically gonna Zerker rage out of it. Gonna be a port available. He's gonna port it behind the side of the pillar. Got himself a proc for Recklessness, but it looks like Kreisman just has him. Conflagrated in the holy fire. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's gonna be a mocked MVP up next. Try to see if he can pin down Kreisman. Kreisman is taking the momentum of Victor from the last duel into this one. Mockdam trying not to break that bonds of Fell. It looks like literally tricking him for the Mortal just to make sure he doesn't break the bonds. Got himself the Aegis Trinket, which gives him the defensive advantage. Got himself a 50% damage reduction up until a certain point against magic damage. On like a 3-minute cooldown or a 2-minute cooldown. But it does give him quite a bit of survivability. With the Succubus CC around the corner, Kreisman swinging around, trying to make sure he's out in the open. Bonds of Fell, Catacombs on the Mockdam. Does he charge? It looks like he breaks the bonds and is going to go for a port. As Kreisman actually reconnects back to where his Succubus was. Pre-positioned Succubus ahead of time. This man is a mastermind. Fear by Mockdam, trying to drop both the Warlock and the Succubus. Quick, banner, spear, trying to see if he can maybe put him in place. It's going to be not going super far with the Mortal right after. Kreisman just bought himself just a little bit of time as Mockdam breaks out of that fear within Zerker's rage. With Succubus walking next to him, he's going to get him a slow. Shadow Fear around the corner, doesn't connect. Looks like Kreisman trying to reposition, does land it. Cataclysm to follow him. He's trying to get some damage for freebie onto Mockdam and trying to again make sure that the Succubus is only in combat whenever Kreisman needs it. Otherwise, he's trying to control it as best as he can, pull it back. Gotta be a freshly Succubus getting summoned up. But Kreisman was able to sacrifice the Succubus in order to get himself a full Freshcraft shield. Next fear, Mortal stun combo could be deadly. Mockdam focusing down Succubus pretty hard right now. And that could mean that Succubus could be dead very, very soon. Kreisman definitely needs to make himself the target, but that bet is gonna get cleaved either way, whether he likes it or not. And Kreisman just trying to see if he could stay away from the Fury Warriors as best as possible. Magnum at no health whatsoever. All borrowed health has been borrowed and just will not be able to get it back unless he can work it back from the Succubus. Got himself the Ruckus Abandon. Potentially could be big damage. It's going to be CC to follow. Does Kreisman have the damage he needs? Chaos Bolt right after. If he has anything to follow afterwards, more to call to make sure he covers himself. And then come flagging too and taking him out with Emeric. Last row left. It's actually Emerisk. Emeri-SK. Emery? Emery. We can call him Emery, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure it's supposed to be like Emeric, like the CK, the English CK, which would make like an Emeric sound. But Emerisk is just, again, does not roll off the tongue well at all. Quick fear onto Merrick. Can't really stop it. He got himself, he already used a lot of his mobility in order to try to catch up to Kreisman. Quick, Aegis with a bubble. Did not trust his Aegis to maybe protect him. He decided, you know what? I need to burn my immunity. I want to see if he can take down Kreisman. Kreisman burning every defensive with Dark Pact and Wall. That's going to be a board. Has himself the gateway in case he needs to use it. I think he's trying to deny the gateway use at least for a little bit longer. Trying to pop a slow into Merrick. As long as there's no hand of freedom from this man, it's going to be okay. Triggered by Paladin, though. Kreisman's below in health. He's trying to see if he can pour Emeric out of the way. Got himself a little bit extra health to work with a fear to follow. Emeric may be out of options of what he could really do. Kreisman definitely needs to give himself as much recovery as possible. Is the Succubus dead? Emeric trying to see if he can cut across. Succubus is going to be up for free. That's going to be Emeric. Use one more global to Kreisman. The Succubus CC does stop for a second. Kreisman just out in the open with nothing left. Oh! Hammer from a million miles away, taking him down. Not much you can really do about it. I think he did as best as he could, man. I think he did as best as he humanly could. With Taska going to be up next as Christina, the Shadow Priest, or normally the Feral, on their Shadow Priest, trying to see if they can make a play here. Wood Eruption, Mind Games to follow. Emeric could be in big trouble. Does get hit with a Horror Bolt, maybe potentially second bolt at no health whatsoever. If just one pick can do a little bit of damage, as long as he doesn't heal himself, he'll be okay. But he's still taking down to dots. Flash catcher follow. Oh, Execute does end up taking him out. Oh my goodness. Kreisman with a 4, dude. Let's go. Kreisman almost got a quickie. 1v5 duel. Just putting a nail in these boys' coffins. My goodness. Let's get another one going, boys. Yeah.